single time. Turn that sound off. Okay. All right. Let me just make sure my views are all working. Tiffany is good. Check. Split table is good. Check. All right. And I want to check my phone on it. About 10 minutes early here. Hey Don, how's my sound? Is it okay? Is it on? Because on would be good. Yep, all good. Perfect. Okay, I'm just trying to get it on my phone here. There we go. So I can put that over here. Oh, I'm tired. My gosh, Coco, I was watching the playback, and when Coco was barking, she sounded like a demon dog. She was so loud. She shouldn't be in here when the mic is on, I guess. Hopefully more pop in soon. You're not even supposed to be here, Don. That's funny. I appreciate you being here. Okay, I haven't even looked to see what we're going to do today. Okay. Oh, Coco, exactly. Yes, you are admitting. Thank you. I'm a little bit early, so I guess I could get organized with what we are going to do today. I'm already organized. I actually ended up, rather than taking a break after homework, I went and I went ahead and did all of my fusing for next week. So all of my woven interfacings. My mic isn't too loud or too quiet. It's good. Aster's my favorite. It really is. Said, and I'm dyeing the Baronia. I have the tutorial almost done. I'm doing it in the Galaxy kind of rose gold and white metallic crock with the copper metallic faux leather. I know another person's doing it in the same colors. Hopefully we get some people. No, I don't have to do it next week, which is good. Okay. No one is here yet. I hope my class shows up too. Still got 5 minutes. I'm early. I will do it regardless. Not everybody can always make it. This is a small class. It's only 13. It would be easy peasy for me. I just hope that I did it right. I'm going to double check here. Pretty sure I did. Yep. It's there. It's just odd nobody's popped in just yet. I hope everybody can see. Oh, hey, Annie. Yay! I'm starting to get worried. How are you today, Annie? That must be fine. Okay, just double checking the sound. So I'm facing here. If I'm over here, face this way, can you guys still hear me? Can you still hear me? I adjusted my microphone a little bit from earlier because of the loud cocoa noise. So far it's just the 3 of us. But there are 13 people in the class, so hopefully. I'm doing good too. A little bit tired. Was at the hospital last night with my son. He got a rotary cuff injury at work, so it was a long night. Hospital is so slow. So I guess we'll give it till about 5 after to see if anybody else is going to join us today. Homework is super fast, Annie. Even if you use the fusing, leave the fusing of the lining pieces for next week, and you can leave your straps and everything till next week. So really, it's just the purse feet and putting everything onto foam. Oh, unless your exterior is cotton, then you will have to put woven interfacing on that. Okay, should I turn it up, Dawn? If I turn it up a little bit. Okay. I'm going to go test again. Is that better? When I'm over here not facing the mic, can you hear me okay? Is that better? So the sound was good? Okay, so that's a good volume. It's not too loud. Changes with every setup, but I think this is the setup. I think it's going to be really good. I just got to make sure the mic picks up wherever I'm at. really? There is actually, I have the YouTube on this side, but I have my actual recording software over there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. There's about a 20-second delay. That's crazy. Hi, Lisa. Yeah, 20-second delay. So if I am slow to answer you, just know there is a 20-second delay from when I actually do something to when it gets to YouTube. Hi, Kim. So we'll give it till about 5 after, and then we will get started. So you guys will have to let me know what you think of the setup. If for some reason I end up out of the camera shot, please do let me know. Even though with the 20-second delay, it'll be 20 seconds later. Hi, Lexi. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6, including myself. Kim, can you hear me? Can everybody else hear me? Hi, Anna. Please let me know if you can hear me okay. You can hear me, Anna? Okay, perfect. Oh, Kim can hear me. Okay, perfect. So give it another couple minutes. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 13 of us here. Hello, Lisa. Oh, Kim, what I sometimes do when I'm watching it on my TV is I also have the chat on my iPhone, and then I just turn the sound down on my iPhone, and then I can just chat through my iPhone but still see it on my TV. I'm gonna sleep all tonight. I am so tired. Holy moly. Everybody get their homework done okay? At least the exterior pieces. We are working on the exterior today. Oops. Oh, and I'm dropping stuff. Come here, pen. Ow. It's funny. Now that I know that there is a 20-second delay, the chat makes so much more sense to me now. Okay, another minute or so, and then we will get started, and everybody else can catch up. Oh my goodness. I'm prepared. I have water. I've changed my rotary blade. I've changed my X-Acto knife. I'm good to go. All right, so shall we get started? Sound is good. Set this aside for now. Okay. First things first. Where are my pieces? I'll leave that for last. Okay, I'm going to put you... Dawn, it is an awesome bag. It is definitely my favorite. Okay, let me just put you down to the table. Like so. Everything's kind of messy. And we are going to work on... Make sure my things are going the right way. Our overlays. Okay, so I went ahead, as for homework, I went and I edge painted all these. I actually edge painted them twice because originally I did them brown, thinking that it was brown in my exterior, and then just before class I went and redid them, just painted over them black. Okay, so position them the way they are going to go, like so. So they are going to end up, oops, like so, on the edges. And
sorry, I don't know that one.
oh, Alexa's talking to me. And I dropped my tape. Let me grab my tape. So on the back, we'll do one. And we're going to grab some double-sided tape. You're going to keep that double-sided tape outside of where you're stitching, especially if you are on a domestic machine, because this will gum up your needle. And then we're going to take these. We're going to line them up along the very, very bottom. If you don't have double-sided tape, you can definitely hold it with clips in the side here, but you're going to line it up right along the side here. Like so. I'm actually going to put some clips in it too, just to keep it, make sure it doesn't shift. I doubt it will, but better to be safe than sorry. Hello? It's okay, I'm live. What's up?
Can I steal the last Diet Dr. Pepper?
You want to drink my last Diet Dr. Pepper?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Only because you're in pain. Come
No.
come say hi to everybody.
Oh, I look like poop.
No, come here. Come here. Everybody, this is Brady. Come show your...
Oh, fun.
He's in pain. He has his arm in a sling. Look at my poor
fine.
baby.
Ah.
So he has a rotary cuff injury, and this is why none of us slept last night. Okay, bye.
Bye. I'm gonna steal your Dr. Pepper.
Okay. He's stealing my last Diet Dr. Pepper. My goodness. Okay, sorry. All right. And then you're going to do the same with the other side. Line it up along the bottom, the straight edge. Like so. So again, we have our foam on the back, remember? Make sure that's nice and even there. Yep. This is going to look so awesome. I just love the Starbucks fabric. Okay, and do the same with the other one. So I'm going to set that aside over by Tiffany for now and do the same on the other side. Stuff in the way. Okay, and line it up nice and even. I think Brady, well, he knows he'll end up being my baby even though he's 21 because he's hurting, but I'll spoil him rotten because that's what I do. Poor kid can't even play video games. He's left-hand dominant and his hand hurts. He's trying to do it right-handed and he's no good. So we'll watch a movie tonight. Okay. So everybody let me know when you get there and then we will go ahead and we're going to end up top stitching. We're going to base them all down these two sides here. And then we are going to carefully and make sure it's really pretty top stitch all along this curved side where we did our painting, if you did the painting. Okay, so I'll give everybody a minute to do that. I'm just gonna go and check the tension on my machine to make sure it is good to go. Ouchies. And it should be. We are pretty. All right, and I will put you guys into Tiffany view. Okay, you guys just let me know. I'll give you a couple minutes. Let me know when you're ready, and then we will start the top stitching of these. Now I'm at my Tiffany machine and my microphone is behind me. Can you guys still hear me clear? Don, I used my sparkle edge paint on my George Carryall actually. Loud and clear? Okay, perfect. Thank you. So just trying to, this is a new setup in this U shape, so I just want to make sure everything is good. Okay, so we are going to start, and I like to start on the side by the raw edge, because then you kind of get another idea if you're, especially if you're on a industrial machine, that your tension is good and you're going to have pretty stitches, so you can kind of check it out with the raw edge that will be in the seam. And mine is good. I'm using a six stitch length. That's hard to say on my industrial. Okay. So we want to be about 1/8 of an inch away from that line and top stitch really, really nice. Again, I will probably be doing lots of hand cranking because it is around a curvy edge and I want my stitches to be perfect. Yep, I'm totally going to be hand cranking it. Again, go nice and slow if you need to because these are visible and decorative and functional all at the same time. Remember to put your needle down if you need to adjust. And this thread is a perfect match for this green bean green pearl vinyl. It's so pretty. Okay, so that is one done. Can you see how nice that turned out? Look at that. So I'm going to go ahead and continue and do the other three. It's not quite there. My foot pedal is squeaky. Let's see if I can get Dave to take some oil or something to that. My knee lift has always been squeaky since I got this machine, no matter how much oil I put on it. I just figure it's Tiffany's voice, so. Okay, so that is one panel done. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. And if there's any questions, please do ask. Too far. Go a little bit closer. What I love about it with this bag being foam, when you put these overlays on, it gives it this really kind of cool, puffy texture. I just love it. Almost gives the bag a little bit more dimension in a way. that's all for done. I am really loving this. I'm gonna have a hard time giving this bag up. I like this bag already. I've only done the panel. All right. All right, I'll give everybody a couple minutes. Finish that up, 3 or 4 minutes. Let me know when you're ready to go while I look and see what we're doing next. Okay, I'm just gonna get my iron heating up. Where are they? All right, how's everybody making out? Yes, I did find my 4x4 ruler. It was sitting right by my computer keyboard. It was right under my nose, but I did find it. This is my favorite ruler of all time. I love this little ruler. Lexi's done. My gosh, this bag is going to be so cute. Okay, we'll give it another 2 minutes and then we will move on. You'll catch up, Kim, okay? And again, everybody, know that you do not need to keep up with me. That's what the replays are for. This is done at a much slower rate than, say, the tutorials. But we do want to get as much done in the 2 hours as we can because we only have the 4 classes to get it all done in. So, Dawn, it is. So this is from Fangirl Fabrics. And talk to Danielle right now if you want some because she's actually putting in a pre-order and there's different Starbucks vinyl designs. I actually ordered a couple rolls of some of her other designs because I think this is going to be really popular on my market table come November and December. So I'm thinking I will be doing a matching Kazaa or classic zip around wallet with this. I think it's going to be super cute. And then hopefully I can sell the set. Aster bags sell so good. Kim, your fabric keeps gathering and puckering. Are you using cotton or are you using vinyl? Well, you would have to use vinyl on this because it's got a raw edge. Maybe your maybe there's something going on with your bobbin or something. Maybe try to rethread your whole machine and see if that helps. Oh, Kim, are you using cotton on these overlay parts here? Because these have to be a non-fraying fabric because you have the raw edge. Or is this part you're talking about cotton? So this part here can be cotton, but you want to make sure it is backed with woven interfacing as underneath the foam. But these overlays have to be a non-fraying fabric, so vinyl or leather. Oh, just this one here. Did you back it with medium woven interfacing before you put it on the foam? If you have, you did? Okay. Try rethreading your machine. I bet you there's just something wonky in there. Sometimes it happens and the bobbin gets too tight and does that. So try. Okay, and you backed it on the foam as well, correct? Yeah, try rethreading your machine and then take a test piece of vinyl or something and put it through and see if it sews through okay, is what I would suggest. Okay, so I'm going to put you down on the table here. Keep us posted, Kim. Oh, that's not what I want. Hey, look at that. That's kind of cool. Wrong one. There we go. Okay, so we can set these aside for now. And we are going to have to go over to the iron here momentarily. So we're going to do all of our iron work at the same time. Okay, so for our top side panels, remember we had drawn the diamond on the back. So when I'm looking at this, so this is the way, because I'm using directional fabric. So this arrow on this piece is pointing to the top of the fabric. So that's what we want. So I'm going to flip it over horizontally, and that is where we would have drawn on our diamond here. Okay, Dawn says, Kim, turn your machine off and back on. If it's a domestic, it sometimes just needs a reset. Okay. And then we have our two side panel top Peltex. Now, mine is fusible. So I'm going to end up fusing this on. If yours isn't fusible, put a little bit of double-sided tape on the back here to put it down. And then you're going to take a piece of woven interfacing the same size as this piece, and you're going to iron it on, so, without this of course, you're going to iron it on to hold it in place if you don't have fusible. So, but if you do have fusible Peltex or Decovil Heavy, you don't need to use the piece of woven interfacing over top. So again, if your heavy stabilizer is not fusible, use a little piece of double-sided tape here, put it where the mark is, and then take some woven interfacing, and you're going to fuse that on, and the woven interfacing would hold it in place. All right, so making sure that your arrows are going the right way. Again, I'm going to place this into the marks like so, and I will be ironing this in place. Same with this other one. I've already drawn it on. So those will be ironed. We'll go over to the iron in a moment to do that momentarily. At the same time, we're also going to grab our little strap connector Peltexes. Where are my strap connectors now? Oh, and I didn't paint these. No. Oh well. And you are going to go and you are going to fuse these kind of centered right here, like so. So that'll be on all four of them. And you would go ahead and fuse those centered just in those bottom parts. You want to make sure it's down and away from these little things here. Like so, and then just fuse those in place. If you have a non-fusible, you would just use a little piece of double-sided tape to hold them on for these ones. All right, so I'll put you up to face because you'll see me walk over to my iron over there. I'm bummed because I forgot to re-edge paint these black like I did these ones, but I don't think it's going to really notice. I think it's going to be fine, so I'll just leave it. Okay, no time to fix it now. All right, I'm going to go over to my iron back here, trying to make it so you guys can see. You're not going to be able to see what I'm doing, you're just going to be able to see me stand at my iron. So just fuse those in place like I said. My iron is knocking on death's door right now. It doesn't steam, it doesn't stay hot, so I kind of have to spray it. And I have a friend giving me a new iron, so I just have to wait for that to come. I wouldn't recommend this Aliso iron. This is my second one, and this was the one I got on warranty of my last one that broke. And I just, besides being a cute color and that I like that it does this pop-up thing, I just dislike it so much. Nothing but problems. The last one leaked everywhere too. I can't see the comments there, so when I get back over there, I will look for them. Okay, so those are on. You guys get to see how short I am. Look how short I am compared like to my ironing board. I'm only 5'2". 5'2". I am a shorty. A little more steam. Kicking myself for not thinking about repainting these. Oh well. Not much I can do about it. It takes too long to dry. Okay. Yes, don't get an Aliso, Dawn. It's not worth it. Oh yeah, it'll be fine. Nobody's gonna notice. Okay, how's everybody making out? I see a couple more people have popped in there. Give us a shout out. Let us know who's there if you can. So far I have, that I've noticed, I have Dawn, Kim, Anna, Annie, Lisa, and Lexi. Is there anybody else there that I didn't mention? Again, we've discovered there's about a 20-second delay from when I talk to when you guys see it. If there are no questions, we will move to the next thing in 2 minutes. I'll go another minute. Everybody's so quiet today. Must be working hard. Okay, let's put you guys back down. So this is what we just did. We fused these onto the back. And I wonder if my light is a little too harsh there. And then we got these. I have so much natural light being under the window. I hope you guys can all see this. We got these little forms of Peltex, and they're outside of the seam allowances. So we're going to put these two aside for now. And we are going to work on our connectors here. So you're going to see where these little cutouts are. They're only going to fold over so far, see? So I'm going to take some double-sided tape. Again, this tape will be outside of the seam allowances, so you should be good with it on a domestic machine. I'm going to put a little piece right here in somewhat the center. Okay. And then you're going to fold these in as far as they will go. So you can see right there? So where we edge coated along there, right in that triangle there, and bring it in as far as it will go. And that should leave us with approximately, and it does, a 1-inch strap there. See what I did there? So they don't necessarily meet. You just want to fold them as far as they'll go from those snips, and then just double check that it's approximately 1 inch, and you can always let it out if you need to. I don't trust my double-sided tape, so I'm just going to put my clip on here and go ahead and do the other ones the same way. And make sure it's about 1 inch, and it is. Can everybody hear me okay still? When the chat goes silent, I get scared that you can't hear me. And it's 1 inch. Loud and clear. Perfect. Thank you. Dawn is my sound check admin, I think. That's been her job today. I have amazing admins. For you that don't know, my admins are Dawn, Melissa, Rhonda, Karen, Nicole, and Anna. Couldn't do this without them. Okay, so I'll give everybody a couple minutes to get there. While I get myself organized and find the pattern piece I need next. I'll be right back. My well-loved pattern piece, I swear. I should probably reprint this one day. I'm still kicking myself that it's brown, but I think it's a dark enough brown that it's fine. Nobody's gonna know it but me, right? And now you guys. Okay, we'll give it another minute. Any questions so far? Okay, so next we're going to connect our rectangular rings. So again, you're going to use a little bit of double-sided tape for this. You want to make sure if you're on a domestic that you're not putting it on this opposite. Can you guys see that? Woo, where are we going? See where my Peltex, my light is so harsh here. See where my Peltex is there? So we want to make sure we keep the double-sided tape just in this Peltex area, mainly because it won't be in the seam allowances, so it won't gum up your needle. So as you can see, I'm trying to figure out where my camera is. See where I put my double-sided tape there? Woo, right down the middle. That's where we want it. Might have to get a little bit of a light diffuser or something with the two windows there, and then my light table light is just a little bright. Okay, so we're going to just take a little bit off the top for the paper off, not pulling it all the way off, just part way. I guess we can pull it all the way off. We'll do that. And then you're going to take your rectangular ring and you're going to fold it over like so. I'm just going to remove the tape and fold. Oh, sorry. Forget I said that. We need to measure in 1 inch first from this side. Thought I was forgetting something. And then that is where we're going to line our rectangular ring up like this, right against that 1 inch line. And then, whoops, stick it down to your double-sided tape as long as your double-sided tape is staying in place. So let me do that again. So you've measured down 1 inch from this side, and you're taking your double-sided tape and just putting it into the Peltex area. Okay, and then line your rectangular ring up with that 1 inch ring and fold the strap around it using that double-sided tape, the top of it, to hold it in place. I'm also going to just take a clip like so, just to make sure that stays in place. And then what we want to do is we want to take our body piece A, make sure where the fold was is in the center of your panel. You don't want it like this, otherwise you're putting it on the bottom. You want it in the center of the panel, like so. And you're going to end up putting this, kind of using this as a guide, like so. So what I find easiest to do is where these little kind of cutouts are here, which are these things right here, that's where we're going to want to line this up. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw a line from there to there, whoops, with my erasable pen, and then take this centered and then stick it down with the double-sided tape like so. And then just go ahead and double check that it does indeed go where it needs to go, which mine did. And then you're going to do the same with the other side. Flip it over. Again, I'm going to draw right across here because that's where I'm going to line it up with these parts here, like so, for our next one. Does that make sense to everybody? So you're using your pattern piece as placement for your connector here. Again, going to where that 1 inch line is, folding my connector over like so, and then I don't know if you can see the line I drew there, but I'm just lining up this part with that line. Nice and centered. And then sticking it down with that double-sided tape. So you get something that looks like that. And then take your pattern piece, and just make sure that it is about right. And that one is. And that one is. And then the next thing I like to mark is, so about 1/8 of an inch away from these little short sides here, I'm just going to eyeball it, and I'm going to draw a line about 1/8 of an inch away from there. Because when we go to take this to the machine to put it on, we're going to do 1/8 of an inch top stitch all the way around, and then we are going to go across here. Okay, and the same on the other side. Now another thing we could do, and that's in the pattern, I wonder if I should show you how to do that instead. Because in the pattern, it actually does a top stitch down these parts, across here and up here. I don't think it's really necessary. I actually like the seamless line. No, we'll keep doing it the way I'm doing it. Because it's all going to hold into place. And I actually like there being no lines on these top parts, and where it's just a top stitch around here. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep doing it my way. But feel free to follow the pattern. If you do want to go ahead, you could go ahead and you can sew top stitch down here, across here, and up here. But I always find that right in here, it ends up looking a little bit funny. But you're more than welcome to do that. So what's going to happen now is there's going to be no top stitching around my, where it folds into my rectangular ring, but I actually like how that looks. So that's the way I am going to do it. So go ahead and do the same with the other panel. Where did I put my other panel? There it is. And the other two connectors. Everything making sense so far? Again, I'm using an air erasing sew line pen because the marks will disappear or wipe away off my vinyl. Fold it over. It'll help if I take my sticky off. You could also use fabric glue here if you didn't want to use double-sided tape. It just takes longer to dry. Make sense, Lexi? Okay, cool. So again, feel free to do the sewing along this if you want to. I just can never get my stitches to look really, really nice when I do that. So, okay, I'm gonna line that up. Stick that down. Eyeball about 1/8 of an inch away, so I know. You know what, my things didn't fold in very nice there. I'm going to redo that. See, I'm seeing here, I can see my cut line still on this one, so I want to fold it in a little further so I don't see those. That's better. Okay. Darn you, double-sided tape. Sticking on everything that I don't want you to stick on. It's not enough. I'm at the very end of my double-sided tape roll, and that's when I find it doesn't want to stick anymore. Okay, so you can see now I don't have any little cut marks showing through there, which is what I want. Somebody just left the house. I wonder who. Okay. I lost my 1 inch. Let's draw that again. Fold that under. That did not go right. Might have to switch to a newer roll of double-sided tape. This one is just making me mad. Okay. Let's stick it down. Oh, and it fell apart again. Okay, I gotta switch to a new double-sided tape. This one is at its end of stickiness. And of course, it's always when you're live, right? Okay. New tape. Don't want to lose my lines there. Okay. Third time's the charm. Perfect. Redraw that 1 inch line again. Keep sticking my finger on it. Why are you fighting me so much tonight? Double-sided tape is usually my friend. I don't know why it's fighting me tonight. Just because we are live. That is the only reason. It's mocking me. There we go. Finally. Okay. Stick that down. Okay, I'm going to redraw this one because it's starting to fade already. One inch. Fold that down. I didn't put the tape high enough up. Of course not. How's everybody else making out? The same? Yep. Okay. Okay. Let's double check my placement here. That one's good. That one's good. And now we're going to go ahead and top stitch these in place just as I said. Okay, so switch you over to the other machine. That just took way too long. Okay. Okay, so I am going to pull my threads long like I usually do because I don't want to have that back stitch. I want to have seamless line. I am going to start in the middle. Now where we put that 1/8 of an inch line, it should not interfere with your hardware at all with a regular foot. So hold your threads long and start sewing across. Then when you get a 1/8 away from that other edge, pivot, kind of pull your hardware out of the way so you're not running over it, and then work your way around. Again, you'll see me hand cranking a lot because I want to get that perfect curve. Especially when we get to that point at the bottom, you want that point to be perfect. It's not quite there. There it is. So then at this point, I'm going to reach under and I'm going to grab my starting bobbin thread and pull it until I pull that loop through. And what that loop is your top thread. So we're going to pull our top thread through. If you watch my tutorials, you see me doing this all the time, like so. Okay, so we have no thread on the top, and now we are going to continue around. You see my double-sided tape is just not sticking there. Okay. And you get to that 1 inch line across, or 1/8 of an inch line across the top. And we want to make sure when we're coming back across that we're ending our needle in that starting hole. And then pulling those threads long again, holding onto them so you don't lose that bobbin thread because it gets confusing with all of these threads in the back. So this is what we have. You're going to take that bobbin thread from the ending thread, pull it, and then pull that top thread through it again, that ending thread, and you can see how there's no backspace and how perfect that looks. That's what we want. So go ahead and do that with the other 4. I'm just going to readjust my tape on this one because it's fighting me. So continue on with that. I'm going to replace my tape here with new tape. It's always just that very last little bit at the end of a roll that I find loses its stick. How's everybody making out? Everybody is a quiet group tonight. See that mark anymore because it's disappeared. Oh no, Annie, I hate it when that happens. Well, you know, if you need to reach out during the week, you know how to get a hold of me. I'm always here for you. And of course, there's also the Facebook group. You can always post in there in the subgroup for this one. Said I'm having issues with my tape. It's making me mad. Come on, hold it in place. There we go. So far, so good, Lexi? Good. You loving this pattern yet? I love this pattern so much. Okay. Finally got that in place. I'm going to do it again. I'm just going to continue around for all 4. It's no fun when our machines give us trouble, is it? Oops, I forgot to pull my top thread through. Let's do it now. Okay. Okay, so one thing I didn't say was those 4 threads in the back, you want to make sure you tie them in 3 or 4 knots. I did not do that on the previous one, so I will do them both right now. And that just ties them off so they won't come back through. Okay. And then because I use a bonded thread, I do like to just burn those threads. They kind of make a little melted little knot there, so it just makes them so I know they're a little more on fire. So there is one panel completely done. How nice does that look? Can you tell that I use brown edge paint around there and black on here? I don't think it's noticeable. Okay, so I'm going to go and do the other side. Pull my thread through. Already 5:04. We're making pretty good time. How's everybody doing? One more side to go. So you'll see with this, because we're sewing outside of the Peltex, but it's giving it this really nice dimension in that connector with the Peltex in there, as well as giving us stabilizer for that connector. We're also going to put some rivets in there. Oops, pull this through. Come on. Come on, hands work. There we go. And that's the connectors done. Okay, so give everybody 3 or 4 minutes to finish that up. Switch you back to my face. How are we making out, everyone? We good? I've got to find. Thirsty. Just clean up my station here a little bit. And we'll move on in 2 more minutes. Okay. Okay, Lisa, no problem. And you know you can always reach out to me, right? Okay. Oh, this is going to be so nice. Okay, I'm going to put you back to table view. So this is what we have. Look how pretty they are. So we got our endless stitches. This is what it looks like on the back. So now I want to put a couple rivets in here. So I'm going to take my leather marking pen. Whoops. And I am just going to eyeball where I want my rivets. I just know I want 2. So I'm going to do 1 there and 1 there. Rarely do I measure my rivets out. I just kind of make sure they're even everywhere. And 1 there. And they will be going through Peltex. Same with on this side. And you can see how not doing the stitches on here, I don't know, I just like the look how it's not stitched. Otherwise you have a stitch mark going across here. And this is completely and totally caught back there, so we're fine. So 1 there, and 1 there, and 1 there, and 1 there. I'm gonna put these a little higher up. It's looking even, somewhat even. I think so. So I'm going to go ahead and punch my rivets and install my rivets. Isn't it pretty? It's like perfect for the Starbucks fabric. So I'm going to go ahead and punch all my holes first. Am I going to be able to get it with this? Yes, I will. Punch. I have to fold this in on itself to get my thing in here. Punch. Make sure it went through the back, and it did. And again, rivets are completely optional. I like rivets, and I really like the extra security it gives the connectors for when there's a strap attached. Go through both, yeah. you can see how fast this bag is because we're doing both panels at the same time, where usually I would have done one panel and sent you guys to do the other one for homework. But I'm also going to use scraps of Decavol Heavy or Peltex to put in behind the rivets for extra security. The reason we do that is our vinyls and materials do stretch with time, but our heavy stabilizer does not. So sometimes what happens is when your materials stretch, then the rivet can pop through, right? But it won't stretch with these behind. So you know that your rivets will always be secure. So that's why I always put heavy stabilizer behind my rivet holes. And it's a really good way to use up scraps. So I don't throw away any Decavol Heavy or Peltex because I can cut them into little squares to back my rivets. I use the medium rivets from Emmeline Bags, Lisa. Let me get the size for them, 1 second. So I use, I don't know if you can see this, medium rivets, 9mm by 8mm. So what that means is the cap on it is 9mm and the post is 8mm. And that's what I use. So I'm going to go ahead and install those. So I'm going to put my posts through. I like to do my posts first, and then I can work on the back side. 3. Oh, Miss Coco's crying at my door. She's too loud to come in. So you get them to poke through like so. And then I take my Decavol scrap and I put it over the post like that. And I put my cap on. And I do this always with my rivets, unless it's on a strap, because you can't do this on a strap. Okay, so let's set this first set. That I have a Gold Star press. It's all I've ever had. It's done me well. And I have the 9mm rivet die in here. Okay, so that's one panel done, and I'm going to do the same on the other side. So that's how it looks. How pretty! Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. Look how messy my table gets. My oh my. Did my hole not go all the way through on this one? It's right there. Oops, my hands are not wanting to work anymore today. You like that, Dawn? Okay, then we'll press those into place. Oh, nice. You can order by the roll through Fangirl as well, Dawn. You just have to let her know and she'll order it for you. I think it's $26 a meter or something. All right, so there's our 2 panels done. So at this point, I like to look at them and decide which one I want to be my front panel. I think I'm going to do this one as my front panel because it looks perfect. For this one, I look like I went a little oblong here, but that could just be me seeing it. But you can put those aside for now. How's everybody making out? Am I good to move on? I think many of you are watching. How are you doing, Lexi? Are you where I am right now? Need a few minutes? Maybe I'll give it a couple minutes. Pop you up. I'll take a water break. All right. All right. I'm loving the way this bag's looking so far. How are you guys liking your bags? So we've got about 45 minutes left. We're going to get through the majority of the exterior of this bag. I have a feeling we'll be doing some of the exterior next week as well, and then the lining. Probably the rest of the exterior, well, once we get through some of this, depending how we go, it'll probably be 45 minutes of exterior and then an hour and 15 to do the lining. Lining is super fast. You need a few minutes? No problem. I could take a break. Oops, my chair is stuck on something. Gives me a moment. Take a piece here. Oh, there is optional piping, but I never do the piping on this. Now I need to know what seam allowance I need, because I don't remember. 3/8 of an inch. Okay. Aw, worth the effort though, Kim, to get that perfect top stitch along those panels. It's worth the pain. Like, I'm really happy with, I mean, how cute is this? Those greens match perfect. Did you get your machine problem figured out, Kim? Is it stitching good now? Awesome. That is amazing to hear. So happy. I want you guys, this to be everybody's favorite bag because it is my favorite bag. Absolutely my favorite bag. It's so pretty. I'm loving it. You glued the foam? Well, whatever works. There's nothing wrong with using glue. Okay. You guys let me know when you're ready to go forward. Can't wait to show you guys how this goes together. It is so weird. You're gonna love it. Doesn't go together like your typical bag. Kind of nice having windows. I can look outside even though I'm in the basement, but I can still see what's going on. It's clear blue skies today. I even went outside for a little bit. Okay, we'll give it another 3 minutes. Coco's talking to somebody out there. I feel like I should sing a song. Okay, 1 more minute. How are you making out there, Lexi? Any other questions this far? Or are we good? Okay, we'll continue at 25 after. All right, we're going to move on. So put you back down to the table. Okay. So these are only going to fit on one way widthwise. So you can see this way is too short. So we want to lay them right side up. This is the way they are going to go. I'm actually going to straighten up this one because it's not cut straight. So I'm just going to make it straight. Okay. So we're going to put them on our work surface like so. So you'll see that the long side of our diamond is going to be sewn onto this side. So you're going to take these and you're going to put them right sides together, making sure that the diamond is facing this way, where the top of the diamond is going to be sewn right along this seam here. Put that in place. Oh, Lexi. Oh, I miss having a 4-year-old. Enjoy it while you have it because it goes so fast. So again, same with this side. And then we're going to take this to the machine and we are going to sew across these seams with a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. So I'll switch you over there now and we will do that right away. Okay, 3/8 of an inch. I think now we're doing actual sewing. All we've really done is top stitching today. So we should be going right up against the, right up next to the Peltex diamond there. So should be sewing right beside that. And I'm going to chain stitch these to save on some thread. So you can see how my thread has gone almost right along the top of the Peltex here. So now what we want to do is we want to push the seam down like so. So it's pointing down towards the bottom, and we are going to top stitch it in place through here. This is also the place if you decided to put piping, which I know Miss Anna will be doing, you could put it in right here. So again, we want the seam to be pointing towards the bottom side panel, and then top stitch through there. I think I gotta lengthen my top stitch a little bit. Ta-da! So that's what that looks like. Same with the other side. All right. Probably hear Mr. Benny scratching at my door. Okay. Okay, well, move some of this out of the way. So this is what these look like so far. We are golden. So now we're going to work on these side connectors. If I can find mine. There they are. Okay, let me just okay. So now we're going to take our two side connectors just like we do most straps. I'm going to find my double-sided tape. And I've marked that halfway mark in between each. And fold those long sides into that center line. Again, you can use double-sided tape here like this on a domestic machine because we will not be sewing through this tape really. Maybe a little bit, but not that much. Should be fine. Or you can use clips as well. Double-sided tape will make it easier though. Okay, and do the same with the other one. So this will give us a 1-inch strap. So now we have two that look like that. I'm just going to double check the pattern. So I do my stitching a little bit different again than they do in the pattern. Just double checking here. Okay. And we are also, I just want to see how much she folds it down. So at this point, we are going to need our D-rings. And we are going to measure down 1 inch from one side. Like so. And just like we kind of did before, we are going to run some double-sided tape, not all the way to the top. You want it to be about 1.5 inches down, approximately, from the top. Again, we won't be stitching through this really. When we go across, we may, but that is it. Okay, and then we're going to take our D-ring and we're going to put it to that line. And I'm only going to pull down some of this paper backing. Put it down to the line and fold your strap connector under like so and stick it to that double-sided tape. Sorry, like that. So it's folded under. Let me show you because I think I kind of missed the view of the camera again. So just pulling the paper of the double-sided tape down a little bit, putting the D-ring along that line, folding it down, and sticking it to the back of that double-sided tape, just like so. Again, we haven't stitched these yet. In the pattern, she does double lines of stitching. It's not my preference. If you do like them, go ahead and do them, but this is just how I like to do mine. Okay, then we're going to take our side connector, and we want to find the middle, top and bottom. So again, I just fold mine in half. And I make a snip. And same within the top, just fold it in half. Make a little teeny tiny snip within the seam allowances. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure that that is definitely centered, and I am. Then I'm going to take one of my strap connectors, and I'm going to just eyeball it here to be nice and straight in the center, right here with that snip. Place it nice and straight all the way up. Now this looks like it has gone too high up. Let me make sure I measured it okay. Okay, so I'm seeing, according to the pattern, even though it says 1 inch, I must have cut these too long. We want this part to be sitting just above this here. So I'm actually just going to pull this back, and I'm going to pull it down some more. If I can get off my tape. So we want our D-ring to sit right about there. So I'm just going to eyeball it and then fold it under. Unless I read something wrong there. So see how my D-ring is kind of sitting right on top of this line? That is what we want. So we're going to do that with the other side as well. Find my center top. Okay, make sure I am centered. And I am. And I already know I'm going to have to fold it down quite a bit, so I'm going to go ahead and do that right now to match that other side. more. I don't know if I cut these too long or what, or if I've read something wrong in the pattern. Could be either or. A little bit more. Okay, and before I stick that down, I'm just going to double check that that is sitting, went too far. And that'll be perfect. Okay. Again, I may have cut them wrong. I am not sure, but they were too long. So again, I'm going to center it. Okay, I got to make this just a little bit longer. Stop sticking to my hardware. See if it's stuck there. I want it to be right about there. See, I make mistakes all the time too. Okay, I think we're good there. So make sure it's nice and centered. How are we looking? Are we looking centered? This one I think I can bring over just a smidgen more. It's looking good to me. And then I'm actually going to put my left-handed zipper foot on, and we are going to stitch all the way up here and as close and as close as we can to this hardware, and then back down on both. So let's go over and do that. How's everybody making out? We've got 20 minutes left. We're making really, really good time. So let me situate my zipper foot. Okay, so I'm doing the one that'll sit to the left of my middle joint here, or my middle walking foot thing here. So I believe that's called the, is that right? Is that the one I want? I'm gonna go up here and across there. Yeah. I use both zipper feet quite often. I don't change out feet that much between my main one and my two zipper ones, unless I'm on my cylinder arm where I have an 1/8 inch spring load walking foot guide, which I quite like as well for top stitching. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to start and go up this one side here. Can you guys see what I'm doing here? Back stitch at the bottom here. And these sides where we folded under, you want to make sure they're kind of peeked under so they get caught in the top stitching and we don't have any of those folded under edges showing. Okay, and when you get close to your hardware, as you can, I put my needle down, and you're going to see how this walking foot goes nice and close towards there. Again, I'm just kind of tucking in these under pieces that we folded under. I'm going across as straight as I can across that hardware. Now this is the part where you want to make sure, hump jumper might work too, but I don't want it to eat my vinyl and my hardware, so I just have a scrap here. And that just makes it so my walking foot does not eat my vinyl or my hardware. And go all the way down the other side. Oh, Cocoa Bean's crying. You can't come in, girl. You're going to bark. So, see how nice that looks there? And you can see how, well, I missed it a little bit there. You try to tuck these little ends in as much as you can, so when looking dead on, you don't see them. And I think I did a pretty good job. So I'm going to do the same with the other side. Again, nice and close to that hardware as I can get. Go across. Oh, cocoa beans. And again, using a piece of scrap and behind my walking foot just to protect that vinyl and my hardware. And continue on. And that is done. Okay, so we'll go back to the table. All right, how are we doing so far? Are we good? We'll take another 2-minute break, and then we're almost to the point of assembling the exterior. So I'm hoping I'll be able to show you how to do up one side once we get, you'll see what I mean when we get there, and then you'll be doing the other 3 sides for homework, and then that'll be all there is for homework. But we got to get there first, so I'll give it a minute here, and then we will carry on. Actually, I'm going to carry on now because I'm just going to put in my rivets. So put you back to the table, because we do only have 15 minutes left, and I really want to get all this done. Sorry for the mess of my table. So I'm going to go ahead and I want to put in a couple of rivets for stabilizing again. So I want to put 2 in each side. You can decide how many you want to put. Again, I don't measure, I just eyeball and make sure that they are consistent on both sides. So I'm doing 2 because I did 2 on the front connectors. So I'm going to go ahead and put rivets in those 2 spots. If I can get there. 1. 2. 3. And I will be backing these with deckable heavy scraps again. So let's put little holes in those. Yeah, I always have a little bin of just little scraps and apparently tape. But that's, I just cut them up. They're not in any uniform size at all. They're just scraps that I cut up when I'm on the go, and never have to waste them, which is good because this stuff is expensive. Coco says hi. Okay, where did I put those rivets? Where did I put those rivets? There they are. Good thing my Emmeline order comes tomorrow because I am almost out of rivets. Use gunmetal and rainbow the most, it seems. You like that, Kim? It looks good, hey? The Pearl vinyls are my absolute favorite, like so good. And it just matches the Starbucks vinyl from Fangirl so well. We're so lucky to have 2 Canadian companies that offer 2 very different products. The variety is awesome. So you know, most Canada doesn't have that much for resources, and shipping is so expensive, and then we have duty we have to pay at the border sometimes if you spend too much, and so it's just really not cost effective to order in from the States. So I'm so happy there's more and more small businesses in Canada happening. we just all have to remember that we need to support them over the big box stores, or else we won't have them anymore, right? So we're lucky. We got M-line bags, which is amazing. And just more and more small businesses popping up, like Galaxy Customs and Fangirl and Fantastic Customs and RC Threadcraft. I'm trying to remember everything that I've opened recently. Yeah. Makes me happy. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set those rivets. Whew, I'm having a hot flash. My goodness. Getting old sucks. Oops. Let me go in there. Oh, Miss Cocoa Beans. She's crying at the door, but I'm not going to let her in because I let her in last time during homework and she barked so loud that it just sounded terrible. She's so loud. Okay, so that's pressed in. Sorry for the shaky table. Okay. Okay, let's push this over, out of the way. So you can see how there's the Peltex in there. So this is going to be the part that we'll be training our bags. They're going to end up folding in like so on the sides, almost like a triangle, like this. And that's what's going to give the side of our bag a really, really unique look. But that's from that Peltex piece in the back that gives it that shape. Dawn Fantastic Customs is similar to Fangirl, but they don't have a website. They do it through their Facebook page, and it's usually by sheets or by pre-order. I think I had a mail opening for them 2 weeks ago. All right, so I'm going to continue on because we are in the last 10 minutes. Actually, I'm thinking, oh, we'll see how far we get. So now we have our two side panels. We have our two main panels. And we have our bottom panel. I'm just going to double check my seam allowances to make sure I get it right. Okay. All right. So on our bottom panel, what we want to do is, from each corner, we want to mark in a 3/8 of an inch square. So 3/8 from one side and 3/8 from the bottom. Like so. And do that on all four corners. And I think in the pattern, this is the only piece she has you do this on, but I like to do it on all the pieces because sometimes I find how I sew, I orientate it different. So on the main panels, you're going to do the same, but just on the two bottom corners. I want to say this is creating Y seams, but I don't know if that's the right name for it. I'm just going to trim my foam a little bit here because it's kind of thick. Okay, 3/8 and 3/8. Okay, and then on our side panels, you're going to do the same just on the bottom two corners. And then we're going to power through this because I really want to show you at least how to connect to one side, I hope. If not, we'll do it next class, I guess. It might be next class. We'll see. Okay, so once we have that done, put the side panels to the side. Take one of your main panels and your bottom panel. Okay? And you are going to put them right sides together. And we are going to clip along that bottom. Actually, first off, before that, on these top pieces, find that top center because we're going to need that later. And it's just easier to get it done now. So find that top center, make a snip for later. Okay. Right sides together. Clip along that bottom. I'm so excited to show you guys how this goes together. I love this bag so much. And I think the Starbucks one is going to be my favorite. It's going to be really hard to put it on the website. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this to the machine, and where this 3/8 line is, we're just going to sew with a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance just between those boxes. Do not go past those boxes. We want to leave these corners unsewn. So backstitch here, all the way across to here, and backstitch here. So let's go ahead and do that. Take it over to Tiffany. All right. Oh, I'm going to change out my foot because I want more control. I still got my zipper foot on here. Okay. So put your needle down right in the corner of that box. Oops, I need my little, oops, guide thing here. Come here. So I'm putting my needle down right in the starting of that box and going forward 2 stitches and backwards and then forwards to lock in those stitches all the way across. Oops. To that other box, and when you get to that other box, stop at the box and backstitch a few stitches. Like so. So you can see I didn't go past those stitches. I just got to double check something because I can't remember. Okay. Okay, that's right. And we feel like we want to top stitch this, but we are not going to top stitch it. That's what I had to double check. Double checking again that I'm right. We do not top stitch it. So now we're going to do the exact same thing with our other main panel on the other long side. So clip them together. Actually, first find your center top. Okay. So there's your other main panel. And we are going to put this right sides together. Clip it in place. And then sew it the same way. Oh, cocoa beans. She wants her mama's attention. It's almost time. Or Dave's just gotten home. That's possible too. Okay, so we're going 3/8, which is right here. Starting in that box. And if you guys just bear with me for like an extra 5 minutes, then we will have no homework this week. Unless you're doing the bag this week. Okay. So we're going to take that back to the table. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Now, if you're noticing your stitches popping through here, which mine are a little bit, I'm just going to go back through those seams right next, within the seam allowance, right next to that other seam, at within 1/8 of an inch, just to strengthen those seams. So I'm going to go and do that right now. You may not need to do that, but I'm using a really thick vinyl, so I'm going to do it just to be safe. And that'll help it so you don't see those stitches. But again, make sure you're right in the seam allowance and you're before those 3/8 of an inch marks. And the other side as well. Okay, and I'll show you what that looks like. Here we go. All right. Much better. So you can see my stitches aren't looking strained anymore. And you can see I just did another little line within the seam allowances right next to that other one. Okay. So I know it looks weird because we haven't top stitched because we're not going to. Now we want to connect our side panels. So what you're going to do is, okay, I'm going to be putting it right sides together, but you can see how this pulls away because we didn't go to that 3/8 all the way. So you kind of want to pull this out of the way, line up the bottom of our side panel like this, pulling this part out of the way. So it's like these two seams come apart, so they will match up. And put a clip there. So again, see a better angle here, like this. So you're just revealing that bottom panel, lining that up, putting in a clip. Do the same on the other side here, pulling it away, lining up that clip. I hope that makes sense. Clipping across. And you don't have to worry about, you're not going to be sewing into that because that's part of that 3/8 seam. It's and we're going to be starting at the box where that seam is already out of the way. So this is what it looks like. These seams are pulled out of the way. We've matched up these ones. So we kind of got like these little butterfly type things happening here. We're going to sew across here from box to box with 3/8 and then go in again with 1/8 of an inch next to that, as well as do that with the other side. So let's go do that quickly and then we will be done for the day. Any questions about this? Do you guys get it? Do you understand it? Okay. So once again, starting in that little block, all the way across to the other little block. Okay, and before we go any further to do that next line of stitching, what we want to check is on the back side here, you want to make sure that these lines and that bottom line, see how they matched up together, closing that corner? If they're a little bit off, just go back in until they match up. But mine are good from the 3/8 spots to the 3/8 spots. Bye, Dawn. We're almost done. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with that second line of stitching, just because I'm using such a thick vinyl that I want to make sure I'm not stressing those stitches out too much. Whoops. And then do the same with the opposite side again. So we want to pull those stitches away from each other here so we can free up the short side of that bottom piece with this so they are the same width. Pulling that main panel up and out of the way. Come on. There we go. Feels a little awkward, but guys, this is so easy, trust me. And then do the exact same thing, sewing across there from box to box. Okay, and then go back in. I can see my seam got stuck in here, which means I got too close. So I'm just going to snip it and see what I did. Snip it. There we go. So you can see here how I'm not all the way to that box line, so I'm just going to go in through this side and join up those lines. This is almost exactly like the Trailblazer, how they do the bottom, Kim. You are right. Like 100% the same, actually. I think this is called a Y seam, but I just don't know. Okay. But you do want to make sure that those boxes line up. Okay, and I'm going to go back in with the second row of stitching just for the stability. And would you look at that? I ran out of bobbin, of course. Put in another bobbin. This is definitely a 2-bobbiner project. Make sure that it actually caught all that. Okay, now I'm going to go back in. Yeah, just with leaving the corners, exactly. And it gives a really cool corner. Okay. But yeah, it is exactly like that. So yeah, for the first hour or so next class, we will be doing the rest of the exterior of the bag. I'm going to show you what we have here so far. Once I clean this up. Table. So this is what we have so far. And no homework. So this is as far as I want you guys to get for next week. And then we are going to finish up the exterior, and we will be adding on the top panels as well, and then working on the lining. Any questions about that? It's looking really good so far, hey? It is really confusing the first time, so I hope that I explained how to do those corners well. Again, if you haven't made them yet and you're getting to that point, do reach out to me on social media or email or whatever, and I'll help you with that. But yeah, no homework this week unless you need to catch up to this point. So I'm not assigning anything else. We got to where I wanted to get to this week, which is awesome. And we did almost every single exterior panel of the bag, which is amazing. And I'm just loving the way this one is turning out so far. So I'm extremely excited for next week to finish up this exterior. And then we'll get the lining done. Lining goes together so fast. You have no idea. So the first hour or so, we'll be finishing up the exteriors, and then we'll get the linings done. And then the following week is already the last class, and we will be putting it all together. All right, any questions? Are we good? It was a really quiet group. Must be listening intently. All right, if there's no questions, Dave just got home, so I'm going to go help him make our dinner. Thank you, everybody, for joining this class today. I hope you're enjoying making the Aster as much as I do. It is my absolute favorite pattern of all time, so I'm super excited to be making it. And yes, if you have any questions during the week, oh, Kim has so much homework, but it's okay. I have to go little by little. There you go. So you get a week of catch up now. So that is good. And again, homework is such a loose deadline. Again, we have 2 or 3 weeks after the class if you want to be part of the movie to get your pictures to me. So really, it's really not that much pressure. And that's what the replays are for, right? And you guys can get me on social media. You can get me an email. That information is all below in the description. I'm at your beck and call when I can be during the week. And yeah, so I'm going to go make dinner. Thank you, everybody. I love you all. And I will see most of you probably for tomorrow's Baronia Exteriors class. And the others I will see next week. All right. Bye, guys. Have a great Tuesday.